killer. Mercy, he's a mess, so immersed in his murk. He's 2/3 submerged below the surface where they surf. This is where I lay it down like a bird giving birth. So call me Lou the Giant's goose or just Fabergé paid till I'm called back to the shore.
Is Lupe Fiasco better than Kendrick today? That's the question. I don't think this is a controversial take.
Lupe ranked higher from a pen standpoint.
Shit. All right, I love Lupe. Food and Liquor is crazy. What's the second album? Because Superstar.
The Cool.
The Cool.
The Cool was incredible. I love that album.
He rap his ass off.
But at a certain point, I feel like the faucet got turned off.
I mean, you're talking about from a standpoint of
He said at a certain point, I feel like the faucet got to turn off. What you mean by that?
potentially from a mainstream standpoint, but we're talking
He's
about
still spitting.
from the pen.
Lasers, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lasers was his most popular album. It's
No way this dude think Lasers is one of Lupe's most recent albums, more recent albums. Lasers was like 15 years ago. Let me rewind that a little bit because I don't know if that's what he actually meant. I don't want to mischaracterize what he's saying. And shout out to all my bald niggas, you know. Hey, when it's my time, I'm going straight to Turkey, bro. But I do salute the bald nigga committee for, leaning into it. I respect you. I'm going to Turkey, though. I'm getting that hair transplant.
I feel like the faucet got turned off.
I mean, you're talking about from a standpoint of potentially from a mainstream standpoint, but we're talking about from the pen.
Yeah.
Lasers, right?
Yes, Lupe is still spitting. That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, Lasers was his most popular album.
Lasers is his most popular albums. That's facts. That is facts.
Facts.
Not his best album, but it's his most mainstream popular
Lupe
album.
can really
It sold
rap.
the most.
He can really rap.
He can out-rap Kendrick.
So this dude is unfamiliar with Lupe game. You know what I hate? I hate when dudes, and this is no shot at this guy, because you can't know everything in hip hop. Especially him, he's older. There's things about the 80s, 90s hip hop, people, rappers he knows, albums that I don't know. But you know what I hate? I hate when dudes is not familiar with Lupe game. It's like when, I'm having hoops talk, about NBA. You know what I hate? I hate when dudes disrespect Kyrie Irving. Like Kyrie Irving ain't him. It's like the same feeling. It's like the same irritation when dudes is not familiar with Lupe game. But shout out to Duke. You can't know everything, right?
Today.
They not going for that shit.
I don't think it's insane. I don't think
Wait, what she say? Hold on.
he can out-rap Kendrick. Today.
Yeah.
Today.
They not going for that shit.
I don't think it's insane. I don't think it's insane.
For the record,
I don't think it's insane.
today.
I don't think it's insane at all.
Yo, that's not even a controversial take. Number one, Lupe is a better rapper and lyricist than Kendrick. Yes. Even if you just base that on what, Lupe's best works versus Kendrick's best works. I feel like the actual controversial take in all this is what he's saying. Lupe is better than Kendrick today. That I can understand why people will be a little more controversial about it. But, Lupe's previous album, Samurai, and even going back to 2018, Drogas Wave. Drogas Wave as an album is just as good as anything Kendrick has put out since 2018, including Damn, 2017. Like, there's not this gap between Kendrick and Lupe. There's not a huge gap. Lupe has great albums. Kendrick has great albums. Kendrick's best album, which I'm sure y'all would say is To Pimp a Butterfly, is not significantly better than Lupe's best album, which is probably FNL or The Cool. Like, there's not this huge separation between Kendrick and Lupe in terms of lyricists or in terms of album artists. So this ain't a controversial take, in my opinion. But I think the part that people are going to find controversial is if you say Lupe is better than Kendrick today, which I still don't think is controversial.
I don't think it's insane.
Nah, it's not.
So what I'm saying? No. What I'm saying is this.
What you talking about? Dissect that.
I think Kendrick. No. Listen. We're not. The issue. This is the situation. No. Let me speak.
My thing is, who here is familiar with Lupe game? Because if you're not familiar with Lupe game and you're just being appalled at someone saying that a rapper's better than Kendrick, and you're just like, oh, no one can be better than Kendrick. If that's just you, it's not as interesting of a conversation as it is with a dude who feels that way. See, if you're familiar with Lupe game and you feel it's outrageous that to say he's better than Kendrick, that's a good conversation to have. Why? Why do you feel that way? But if you ain't familiar with his game, I mean, come on.
Let me speak.
We got 5 more minutes.
No, let me speak.
I want him to speak.
Kendrick has been on a run from an album standpoint, unlike anything we've seen since Kanye and Tupac, right?
Yes,
like
I agree with that.
he has an incredible catalog from a song perspective.
Okay.
And nobody can deny that.
Yeah.
That's why he's ranked as high as he's ranked
for sure.
in terms of Biggie, Jay-Z,
Yeah, all
Tupac,
time.
and all of these legends.
Okay.
But from a pen standpoint, when we talk about just writing raps,
I'm not even talking about just writing raps. I'm talking albums too. But Kendrick, his albums are not like significantly better than Lupe's. Nor his mixtapes. You know, the OD, the Section 80. If you count Section 80 as a mixtape, that's a whole different debate. They're not like that much better, like to where it's outrageous to even be saying this. So, dude, Mickey I believe this is Mickey Fax. Mickey Fax is talking about lyrically, just pen. I'm talking about pen and albums. Facts.
and actually rapping, no, I got Lupe over him. Every day of the week. Every day of the week. Every day of the week. Every day of the week.
I think
Every day of the week.
So how high is Lupe then? Because that's the upper.
How high is Lupe? Lupe's in my top 5. I got Jay-Z. Here's my top 5. Top 5 rap website, right? My top 5 rappers all the time. I got Jay-Z, and probably in this order too, but don't be too focused on the order. Jay-Z, Kendrick, Lupe, Tupac. What's that? 4 and Nas. Kendrick, Jay-Z, Lupe, Tupac, Nas. That's my top 5. So yeah, Lupe's right there in the top 5 with Kendrick for me. What about y'all?
Oh yeah, no.
Lupe's in that J Nas big.
In terms of pen,
That's what I'm asking.
we're not talking about song.
No, pen, just
but
pen.
the pen makes the songs.
No. He writes songs, he writes freestyles, all of that.
Okay.
I'm talking about in terms of just lyrically, it's Lupe. He's that guy.
I hate niggas pretending like Lupe is not that guy with the albums too. I'll put Lupe's catalog, his discography. I'll put his discography up there with those guys. Jay-Z, Nas, like Lupe got like 1 or 2 classic albums. I think he got 2. Food and Liquor and The Cool. Some people would say The Cool is not the one. Some people say Food and Liquor is not the one. But let's call it 2 classic albums. That's enough to put him up there with the greats.
Okay.
And Kendrick would even admit that it's Lupe.
Clip that shit up. I need Kendrick to admit this one. Rashad, I'm like, nigga.
And then when you look at the comments,
Okay, I'm gonna just
they're gonna agree with
I'm
me.
gonna say something bold because I manage songwriters, I make records. I really believe that Jay-Z has the most elite pen in hip hop history.
I'm not gonna
And
disagree.
I think that right after him, you can flip between Nas and Kendrick. Like I think he's that great.
I'm not mad at what he's saying, what dude is saying. Y'all can't see dude because my circle is here, right? I'm right here. But I'm not mad at what he was saying. But again, this is just dudes who aren't familiar with Lupe Fiasco. See, I spoke about this on one of my live stream. What I get from these guys, it's not Mickey Fax. And this dude look familiar. I don't know who he is though. He looks familiar. I've watched him on YouTube before. What I get from these guys is, you mentioned Lupe Fiasco and they immediately think, oh yeah, the skateboard rapper, kick push. That's what I get from these guys. Because if you ask me, what's the most elite pen in hip hop history? Who's the most lyrical? Who got the best pen? Lyrically, my answer is Lupe. My answer has been Lupe. Probably since I was saying Lupe is the best lyricist I've ever heard before I even knew who Kendrick was. So we talking about like 08 and before then, 09 and before then. You know what I mean? Lupe is up there with them guys, man. And I hate when dudes pretend it's just lyrically. No, it's in terms of catalog too. Them Fahrenheit mixtapes, the Revenge of the Nerds mixtape, the Mean and Vicious, Lupe the Killer.
Till I'm called back to the shore by the watchers of the bay. I wait till I come back like a tsunami. Never microwave like the watchers of the way. I'm wrapped in aluminum foil. I do my dirt like Kwame.
Then you add his albums, Food and Liquor, The Cool, Drogas Wave. Lupe do got one album that I really don't mess with, which is Drogas Light, I believe it's called. Even just mixtapes. Let's stay on mixtapes. You got the Fahrenheit series. You got the Revenge of the Nerds. You got the Enemy of the State. You got the Friend of the People. Like, come on, man. Real Music in Zion, Samurai, Tetsuo and Youth. See, and here's the thing. The people who don't know Lupe, who don't know his work, I'm just saying words. It doesn't matter to them. But the people who have actually listened and know hip hop, in this regard, they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like Kendrick's Damn album is not like super better in any way than Tetsuo and Youth. Mr. Morale ain't like super better than Drogas Wave. There's not this huge separation between Kendrick and Lupe that people think.
As a rapper,
I would have Nas underneath Jay. Ayo.
I think Nas is the best lyricist of all
I'm not
time.
mad at that either. I think Nas and Jay flip flop.
Jay's the best writer as far as making the hit records, as far as how he's.
But
crafted.
Nas is the best lyricist.
But on some
Nas
bar-
would be the best lyricist because Lupe tries to be like Nas.
Yeah, on some
Okay.
bar for bar shit.
I'm not disagreeing with any of those points.
Listen. I just want to go, nigga. I need you to give me. I'm dead serious. Like, I
On
want to
what?
listen to this shit.
On who?
Spotify playlist on
Of who?
Of Cole and Lupe.
I got you. Listen.
All right, bro. Bro, you got Spotify. It's not like we had to trade CDs. Yo, I need you to give me this. Like, yo, you gotta let me borrow your. Bro, go on Spotify, YouTube. It's free. Pull up Lupe's discography. Start at the first thing, Food and Liquor.
Listen,
And I'ma give you-
I'm talking just lyrically. I'm not talking about the song and how it makes you feel
I am.
and how you vibe
No, I'm talking about the song too.
to it and how you vibe. I'm talking about from a cerebral standpoint. It's not even close.
Nigga say cerebral, I lost.
You went to this.
I didn't go to college. I don't know what that means, nigga. You want to, but I love it though. I respect it, Mickey. I just like, nigga, you.
Pendulum ink. I'm telling you. That's what it is. Nigga.
Ray, you went this whole time without mentioning 3 Stacks, so we appreciate that.
Okay, here we
Well, the
go.
reason why I didn't is because we ain't talking about groups.
Okay.
But if we are talking about
talking about
groups,
pens now.
we talk, I think
He don't got a solo song with a chorus and 2 verses rapping.
Oh no,
Yeah, I don't see this is my thing. This is a whole separate video. But I don't get how people put Andre 3000 in their top rappers. Like, let's say top 5. But then you ask them they top 10 and Big Boy is nowhere in there. Andre 3000 was not out rapping Big Boy significantly on them Outkast albums. Sure, there are times where Andre outshined him and Big Boy then outshined Andre, but there's like not this big separation between Andre 3000 and Big Boy. And also, Big Boy has a solo album, Chico Dusty, and probably other things after that. Andre 3000 he doesn't have any solo music like that. He's not a solo album. Yes, I know the Love Below album and all this, but that's an Outkast album. You get me?
wait to my pens. I think Andre's pen is better than Kendrick's. I think he's only second to Dre. I mean to Jay. I think he's better than Nas.
Andre he got a great pen though.
Lyrically, Andre 3000 is better than all of them.
I can't-
Only, except for Jay-Z. That's the only person.
I don't know.
that would say
I don't know.
Andre can rap better than.
Can you answer that though?
I don't know
He said
why.
give him a song
I
with
can't.
solo
So
song,
to Rashad's point, when he brings up Cole, when he
Outkast
brings up
with a-
Cole,
that nigga said Outkast with a K,
wait,
niggas is hard.
when he brings up Cole,
Harder than a nigga trying to impress
excuse
God.
me, when he brings up Cole and Cole's feature run, I believe that Cole happened. We do not have something that we can say, this is the song that says he can do this. And this is every single
That's a
song.
little.
I'm really tired of people disrespecting Lupe. I'm tired of the Lupe disrespect. Yo, this the kick push rapper. If you don't know ball, let's not discuss ball in this way. If you've never seen Kyrie Irving play, don't try to debate about Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? A lot of times I think people, especially the newer fans, like if you're like me, you're listening to hip hop late 2000s or mid 2000s, like finding your own hip hop, not stuff that your parents was kind of passing down to you. There's no way that you are a Kendrick fan, but you were not a Lupe fan. Most of us became fans of Kendrick because we were already fans of Lupe. I remember one time, probably like in, I don't know what year it was, but we were talking, me and my guys, we were talking to this girl and she was like, we all like similar music. So she liked Talib Kweli, she liked Mos Def, Common, and then we recommended Lupe because all this is like in the same circle, it's the same cloth. But she was like, nah, I hate Lupe, I can't. And me and my guys, we was just like, that's odd. How do you like these rappers, but you like strongly dislike Lupe? It's like kind of like the same bag. It's similar at first at least, it's similar for Kendrick and Lupe. So I think a lot of times people treat Kendrick like how they should be treating Lupe. Like all these deep, super lyrical deep dives and trying to pull 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th meanings, what's a 10-tuple entendre, which Kendrick really don't even be doing like that. Like he's self-admittedly a simple, straightforward rapper, right? Still lyrical, but a lot of times he's not trying to do all that. The way people treat him in that regard, that's how you should be treating Lupe. Lupe is the dude who got triple, quadruple entendres, triple entendre punchlines, and then the whole verse is a double, and then the third verse connected to the first verse, and then on the next song he refers back to this second bar, on this song, and it's like a whole puzzle piece. I think people attribute that to Kendrick, but I don't even think Kendrick be doing that. I think a lot of it is reaches. You know, y'all know I've been saying this. I think a lot of it is reaches. Lupe, it's not a reach. He actually does this, right? And even with how people kind of attribute this super morality and political, socio-political stances to Kendrick, which I don't even think he would accept. Like I think people hear certain lyrics from him and start assuming things about him politically, socially, even economically, where Kendrick does not rap like that. Most of Kendrick's music, a lot of it is about him just looking out at the world around him and being conflicted or confused about it or just observing. Lupe is the guy that's on songs making political statements. Conflict Diamonds.
Cecil Rhodes sold woe and genocide into the countryside just to get his shine on. I fear what De Beers and his peers used to do before the world really knew, just to get their mind on. Making paper with slave labor and hitting little kids with lifetime beards, making them cut and shine stones, inflating the price and making them look nice. And I wasn't thinking twice when I was putting mine on. About a young shorty in Sierra Leone or other conflict countries that people call home. I figured I would never go to Angola, so it never did affect me. That maybe indirectly that my necklace was funding a rebellion or a military coup started by militias that don't believe in following none of Geneva's rules. I was brushing off the haters, trying to be cool.
Talking about De Beers and calling Obama a terrorist. Lupe was that guy. Kendrick don't do stuff like that. And even bars like this. This is a song called Hurt Me Soul. It's off Lupe's first album. Just look at this rhyme scheme and look at these bars, right? And remember, this is from 2006. Look what he's talking about. Through the Grim Reaper, sickle sharpening, oil field auguring, Brazilian adolescent disarmament, Israeli occupation. He's talking about, Lupe is talking about Israel's occupation of Palestine in 2006. In 2006, he's talking about Israel's occupation of Palestine. I don't ever remember Kendrick even mentioning Palestine, but I think people would attribute like the whole free Palestine. I just feel like people put these morals and these thoughts and these, stances on the Kendrick when I don't even, a lot of times I don't think he cares, and I don't think it's like he's saying it himself in his music, right? That's Lupe's bag. CCF sponsoring, world conquering, telephone monitoring, Catholic priest fondling, preemptive bomber and Osama and Obama and them. Lupe is tapped in politically. He's mentioning Osama bin Laden and Barack Obama in the same bar. This is 2006. Barack Obama ain't even president at this point. The song is probably written 2005, right? Obama is probably not even running for president. It's 2006. Obama came president in 2008. But Lupe is tapped in. Deforestation, overlogging, like, come on, man. Here's another song off that album. It's called American Terrorist by Lupe. Shorty ain't learned to walk, but already heavily armed. He's talking about child rebel soldiers. The kids in foreign lands where they make them become war pawns and giving them guns and just making them a part of the military when they're kids. This is what Lupe's talking about. And he actually has a song called Little Weapon that zeroes in on this very topic. Shorty ain't learned to walk, already heavily armed. Civilians and little children is especially harmed. Camouflage Taurus, Bibles, and glorious Qurans. That's bars.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Camouflaged Taurus, Bibles, and glorious Qurans, the books that take you to heaven and let you meet the Lord there, have become misinterpreted reasons for warfare. Kendrick does not rap about shit like this. Lupe's bars is how a lot of people treat Kendrick's. I don't really think Kendrick's music is more about observing and being conflicted, right? That's what I would say probably about, at least album-wise, that's like 70% of it. Good Kid, Mad City is about that. To Pimp a Butterfly is about that. Damn is kind of a little about that, like even just dealing with emotions and how am I feeling about this and contradictions. Lupe's music is like taking a stance. Even in Kendrick's music, he mentions he's like an Israelite. Then he mentions like he's a Christian. But, there's like this conflict. Lupe's music is not like that. You know exactly where Lupe stands. On this album, you know, you leave this album not thinking, oh, this is the skateboard rapper. If you've listened to it, Kick Push is on this album though. When you listen to this album, you don't leave the album thinking, oh yeah, skateboard. You leave it thinking this is a Muslim man, a proud Muslim. You leave this album being like, yo, Lupe's first identity, he identifies himself first as Muslim, then as Black. That's what you leave. Those are his most two important identities that he has. I love how this bar flows. Yo, Torahs, Bibles, and Qurans, these are the books that take you to heaven and let you meet the Lord there. But they become misinterpreted reasons for warfare. They just closed 10 schools. We don't need them. Can you please call the fire department? They down here marching for freedom. The poor Ku Klux man see that we all brothers, not because things the same, because we like the same color. That's green, that's mean. He can't burn his cross because he can't afford the gasoline. He's giving you so many looks right here. He's talking about how the Ku Klux man is racist, but like his own even racist logic is flawed. And then he goes even deeper and be like, the Ku Klux guy is poor too. He wanna burn his cross, but he can't even afford gasoline to burn the cross. So much in just 4 bars. Suicide bomber right here. If a Muslim woman strapped with a bomb on a bus with the seconds running gives you the jitters, just imagine an American-based Christian organization planning to poison water supplies to bring the second coming quicker. Lupe has very abrupt and strong stances. You know exactly what Lupe is on when you listen to this album. Like, it's different, right? But I think people associate this to Kendrick. And I don't think Kendrick wants to be looked at like this. He doesn't rap like this. And he says in his raps, I'm not this super complex guy. I'm just a guy from Compton. I'm just trying to figure stuff out. Even after Kendrick says, you're like, I'm not your savior. Stop doing it. Stop talking about me like this. Stop, associating me with this, these things that y'all do. People continue to do it more. When in reality, the person y'all think Kendrick is lyrically, it's actually Lupe. And the funny thing is, Kendrick is a disciple of Lupe. Yeah, he's a disciple of Wayne when we get into like who Kendrick loved as rappers. But in terms of the fan base, Kendrick's initial fan base, a large portion was us Lupe fans who were waiting on lasers. But Atlantic Records shelved the album. And that time where Lupe was trying to get that album out in a protest, that's kind of when Kendrick took hold and start creating some of these same super socially aware raps that Lupe was doing. Good Kid, Mad City raps. Lupe was like the original Good Kid in the Mad City, but he's in Chicago, but he's conscious. He's not with the BS. He's not doing a trap rap, but he's conscious, but it's not corny. Kendrick became that. Like he kind of just followed that up. So anyway, I really hate when dudes disrespect Lupe, man. You know what I mean? I got plenty critiques for Lupe, but this dude is top 5. Again, my top 5. This is how you're gonna end it with my top 5. We got Jay-Z. This in no order. Jay-Z, Kendrick, Lupe, Tupac, Nas. That's me. Who y'all got? Let me know in the comments. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.